In this demo, I'm going to show you how to administer assessments. Basically, in the demo we gave you a couple of different logins so you can look at some different subject areas. In this case, I'm going to use the test SS login, which is basically a teacher, and I'll enter the password for demo 4 and click on the login. After I log in, as I'm logged in as a teacher now, this will list all my assessments. To make things a little bit easier, you can search for assessments in a number of different ways. I can look for a particular grade level, content area, in this case. On the demo instructions, what you can do is, for test SS, search on assessment 549, and the way to do that, you just click in this box, type in 549, and it will pop up. Again, I can also type in unit 2, and that will bring it up as well. Or I can come under the assessments and just type in 549, and that will also filter it as well. Clear that out. So to administer it, individual classes, I can select classes here, and this lists all my periods. So in this case, I teach period 1, 2, 5, 7, and 8. And to administer an assessment, what you want to do is click on this print answer sheet. When I click on that, it opens up a window and it shows all the students. Now, if I want to give it to all the students, I leave these all checked. If I uncheck that and I only want to give it to one student, I can do that as well. When I click Select Student Response Entry Method, I can either generate a bubble sheet or I can generate student online keys. If I choose bubble sheet, click that, and that will open up the student response. So it puts the student name up here again. We have the teacher and the term and the course. So basically I just need to print these out, and the student takes these, I drop them in the scanner which is sent to our server in Milwaukee. We score these and then we'll send back an email to the teacher saying it's scored. Again, this process is very fast. We're talking, a minute or a couple minutes in order to do that. If I want to administer this assessment online, I'd click on the generate online keys, and that will open up a PDF which has the assessment key. So for this student, here is the key that they would enter. And in our demo instructions, we give you a sample of where to go to enter this, and so you can see what the student would see. The answers online by just clicking the teacher online entry, and I can change these or enter them as I choose. We also have this under this view online results column. We have a real-time student monitor. So as the students are entering their data, you can see what the answers are in real time. They'll be popping in here and scoring them immediately. You see this on and off button here. When the student is finished, this will be flipped to off, which prevents the student from going back in and retaking the test. However, if I would like the student to retake it, I just have to click on that to flip these on. Now this student can go back in and enter assessment results, or all off or all on. To view the main reports we have for the teachers, go under Select Reports. And this is it right here, this teacher report. This is kind of the main report that all teachers get for all the assessment. If I run that report, it looks like this. We have 3 tabs. We have an item analysis, a standards analysis, and a standard comparison. On the item analysis, basically it lists all the students and it shows if the student took their assessment online or if it was a bubble sheet. And it also, if you hover over, it shows when it was scored. So this is an item analysis. So these are all the questions that were on the assessment. If I hover over each of the questions, it shows me the standard that this question was associated with. Everything's color coded. Green means they got it correct. Red means incorrect. If I look at the standards report, this groups everything by standard. So it shows that there were 4 standards for this one assessment and 15 for that. When looking at the standards tab, we color code everything in the 3 colors. And if you hover over, it shows what's green. So anything above 87% is green. Orange is 87 to 70 and needs improvement is below 70. So you can quickly see which standards students are struggling with. We also have a comparison report. What this does is this is how my class did that I selected. And if I teach multiple sections of this class, it shows how this one class did against all the sections that I teach. This one shows how this class did against everyone in the district that had the same course number. And then this is district-wide. So this is a report that is typically used for professional learning communities. Going back to the item analysis, there's a couple of things. I can export this report to Excel by just clicking that. If I want to look at a particular student's results, I just click on that magnifying glass, and this will show how the student answered. And these are how they checked the students, and then over here on the right is kind of a summary. It shows the question number, the correct answer, possible response, the actual response, earned points, possible points, and so on. Again, everything is color coded. Green is correct, red is incorrect. So you can see the student, question 8, they marked A and B, which was incorrect. Now, if this was a paper and pencil assessment, you would see the actual bubble sheet here with the same information over on the right. I can also create student groups from this. So these columns are sortable. If you click on a column, you can sort high to low or low to high. If I select on the percent, again, this would be low to high. And what I can do is select the students and put them into a group. So I can create a new group, give it a group name, and some description that explains what that student group is. These groups then are saved under whoever created these, and they can be used for various types of analysis, especially like in the standards analysis. You can also create assessments for those groups of students and so on. So here's another type of assessment. This is a teacher scored one. Again, if you look at the instructions, you log in as test ELA, and the assessment number is 542, which I can type in right here. Click on select classes. And again, if I want to administer this assessment, I just have to click on this print bubble sheet. And it will list all my students, and then again I can either generate the bubble sheet or online keys or enter the results through an online entry. in this example, this assessment was given paper and pencil. So again, to review the reports, I just click on Select Reports, and again, we're going to select the teacher report. And here you can see these were scanned in. These are not taken online. And again, same type of report, which is the three. In this case, the assessment was not linked to standards. Um, so that's why there's only one tab here, the item analysis tab. If I want to view the student's work, I can click on this view bubble sheet icon. And what that does, it pulls up the actual assessment that the student completed. We save all these images and they can be called up at any time. And again, this was a teacher scored assessment. And again, this is with the way this worked. The student wrote these. The student filled in the responses, and the teacher scored these. So they took the bubble sheet and they scored these, and then they scanned them in, and these are the results of what it looks like when it was scanned in. So there's 2 pages here, it looks like. And below here is the actual rubric that was used to score these. Again, I can download this. If I wanted to do that, just hit the download button and open it up, or I can hit the printer icon and print these as well. So if I wanted to, for example, save this as an exemplar for the class to review, I can either print or download these and show these in class. This last test is a phys ed test, so I'm going to use the test PE username and enter my password, just for demo exclamation. Log in, and everything works the same way. I just have to click on select classes, and in this case I'm going to print click on print answer sheet and bubble sheet. Now this happens to be one of our phys ed assessments, and when you do that, it opens up the assessment directly. And so basically this is based on fitnessgram, and what we do is based on the student's gender and age, we calculate all the scores. In this case, this is just a data entry screen, so I just enter the height of the student, the weight, it automatically calculates their BMI, curl up, if there's any Brockport assessments, and so on. So basically, I enter all this information. To view the report, I come over to select report, and we want to select the digital portfolio, and this is the sample report. So what this did is, again, based on the gender and age and the values that were entered, it shows their values, for example, in curl up, and based on the gender and the grade, it calculates if they're below, meets, or exceeds based on the table. So again, you quickly see which students are exceeding, meets, or below. And again, these are all exportable as well.